Hey, so today we're diving into something that's been a long time coming in terms of home theater upgrades. Soundbars have become a staple in almost every modern living room, but not all of them are created equal. This particular setup we're looking at today is not just any soundbar, it's a smart Ultra Dolby Atmos soundbar in white, and it comes bundled with the Bass Module 700, 2 surround speakers 700, and a 10-foot HDMI cable from H&A. Now, before you even think about setup, what's immediately noticeable is how premium this whole package feels, and we'll get into why that matters. Starting off with the soundbar itself, first impressions matter, and this one nails it. It's sleek, modern, and the white finish gives it a clean aesthetic that fits seamlessly in most living spaces. But of course, looks aren't everything. The real test is the sound. And here, it's not just about being loud or filling a room, it's about creating an immersive experience. Dolby Atmos is a huge part of that. For those who aren't familiar, Dolby Atmos doesn't just push sound out in a linear way, it gives you an object-based audio experience. So, you're not just hearing sound around you, you're hearing sound from different directions. Imagine the difference between a plane flying overhead and just hearing a static stereo hum. This system nails the nuance, and pairing it with the Bass Module 700 elevates the low-end frequencies in a way that you really feel the audio, rather than just hear it. The Bass Module 700 is a wireless subwoofer, which makes placement a lot easier. You're not constrained to a single spot in your room, and the bass response is deep without ever feeling muddy. Watching action movies or listening to high-energy tracks, you'll notice that every explosion, every kick drum, every low rumble hits with clarity and precision. And that's important because too often, subwoofers can dominate the sound profile and make dialogue or higher frequencies hard to distinguish. Here, everything remains balanced. Dialogue stays crystal clear, mids and highs don't get drowned out, and the lows add that layer of depth that makes cinematic experiences feel immersive. Next, the surround speakers 700. These are wireless as well, which is great because running wires across a living room can be a nightmare. They're compact, stylish, and surprisingly powerful for their size. In a home theater setup, surround speakers make all the difference. Without them, even the best soundbar can feel one-dimensional. With them, you get the full effect of Dolby Atmos and surround sound processing. Sounds move naturally around the room, giving you the sensation that you're inside the scene. It's not gimmicky, and it's not just louder, it's a realistic spatial experience that pulls you in, whether you're watching a movie, streaming a game, or just enjoying music. One thing I really appreciate about this bundle is the inclusion of a high-quality 10-foot HDMI cable from H&A. It's something that's often overlooked, but a solid cable matters. HDMI 2.1 support ensures that you're ready for high-bandwidth content, whether that's 4K at 120 Hz, HDR10+, or Dolby Vision. The 10-foot length also gives you flexibility in placement, so you're not limited to having your soundbar and TV right next to each other. And let's be honest, when you invest in a premium audio setup, you want to make sure every link in the chain, literally and figuratively, supports the quality you're paying for. Setup is straightforward, but it's worth noting that the system is smart in more ways than one. The soundbar has built-in calibration, which means it listens to your room and optimizes output automatically. No fiddling with EQ settings or guessing where to place speakers, just set it up and let the tech do the work. And if you like to tinker, there are manual controls for fine-tuning the audio to your preference. Connectivity is also versatile. There's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, HDMI eARC, and optical input, so you can plug in almost anything, from streaming devices to gaming consoles, and even your turntable if you want a serious vinyl setup. And with a smart integration, voice assistants are supported, so you can control playback, volume, or input selection hands-free. Performance-wise, movies are where this system shines. Imagine watching a high-budget blockbuster and having sound move across the room naturally. The roar of engines, footsteps approaching, or a plane overhead feels real. But it's not just about movies. Music sounds phenomenal as well. Tracks that are heavily layered, whether it's electronic, classical, or hip-hop, retain clarity. You can pick out individual instruments, vocal nuances, and subtle effects without them being lost in the mix. The combination of the soundbar, Bass Module, and surrounds creates an audio space that's more than the sum of its parts. You're not just listening, you're experiencing. One feature that often goes unnoticed but is huge for long-term use is the firmware updates. Smart devices need support to stay relevant, and this system allows for over-the-air updates. That means new features, performance improvements, and bug fixes are just a few taps away. For a high-end system like this, that's incredibly valuable. You're not just buying hardware, You're investing in a platform that can evolve over time. Now, let's talk about design coherence. Wide gear often